Good morning, afternoon, or evening to everyone out there in podcast land. I don't know where you are, so I figured I'd give all the greetings. This is the next episode of Almost Punk Enough, the That's Good Enough For Me.com podcast.
Yeah, you're punk enough. Well, yeah, that's good enough for me.
Today we have a great episode. I am meeting up with the good people of Dammit Records, a small DIY label located throughout the United Kingdom. They're all kind of in different places. And this is kind of a auspicious month for them. June of 2026 marks the occasion of the 4th anniversary of their Damn Nations compilation series. This is a monthly series. They put out 48 in a row. And it's a pretty great accomplishment right there. And we talk all about the Damnation series, why you should listen to it, why you should put a little bit of your pocket money into it, because it's not free, but there's a good reason for that, and all these other great things. Would like to mention before we get into the interview, this was recorded back on the 16th or 17th, about a week ago. I do apologize. There's once again, just like the previous episode, as I mentioned, there's been some crazy in real life stuff going on, and I just haven't gotten around to getting to it. And also because of that, there's like no post-production work done on any of our voices. Everything is raw, just how I like it, and I'm sure just how you like it. We're going to get to that interview in just a second after this commercial break. And, oh, I forgot to mention, I am not going to try to manually put in the commercial breaks. I'm just going to let our podcast hosting provider use their silly AI system to cut us off in the middle of sentences, just like all the AI people want life to be. And we are back, and I am here today with three members of Dammit Records, which is based over in England. As I mentioned earlier, we are partially celebrating the 4-year anniversary of their monthly compilation series, which we've covered off and on. Sometimes I've been moving house and forgotten to do it each month. But why don't we let them introduce themselves? Here we are with Dammit Records. I'll let you guys start off.
Go on, Em.
Okay, so I'm Emma and I do the admin for Dammit, and I also attend live gigs.
Ooh.
There John?
you go. So I'm John. I do the technical stuff behind Dammit. So anything technical is me, and I'm one of the founder members of Dammit along with Nick.
All right.
And I'm Nick, and I do bugger all because the other two do it.
You just
Not
sit there and
quite
look
true.
pretty, right?
No, I mean, since Emma's come on board, she's taken over a lot of the admin that I used to do.
Okay.
But I concentrate now on sort of the social media aspects that Emma doesn't do, live stuff, any gigs that are coming up. So just sort of fill in the gaps, really.
Sounds good. And part of that, as I mentioned earlier, part of the reason we are here today is because it was brought to my attention in my Bandcamp notification, because we follow Dammit Records, that this month is the 4-year anniversary of their monthly compilation series. How many compilations have you put out then? It's one a month since June.
It's 48.
It's 48, but we did some beforehand, didn't we? On subscription only. We
Okay.
can't work out, so we went public. So we've probably got more than 48 out there.
All right.
But this is the 48th under this current disguise, shall we say?
All right. And that's
and to be
10?
honest, it caught us by surprise as well, because we just do it every month, and it's like, yeah, let's put it out, and it's only like when we were sort of having a bit of an online chat the other day, it's like, did you realise we were actually doing this for 4 years now? So
we like kind of blew like a couple of days past our 6-year anniversary, which is May 1st, and one of my team members piped in. He's like, "Are you going to say something about it?" I'm like, "Oh, I guess I should." Well, it's quite an accomplishment. 48 compilations in a row, and that's 10 songs each release.
Yeah.
And more.
more,
So
yeah.
at the Christmas, we had 25 last December
yeah.
live ones, and then 2024 we had 24, and so it's more than just the 480. There's sound like a bad dart score, didn't it? But
Oh,
uh,
a lot, a lot.
480.
So we'll get back to the compilation series because I do want to talk about that endeavor that you've really kind of made this awesome project. But let's go back quite a bit and talk about Dammit Records and when did Dammit Records start? What you guys all up to, and what else do you do besides this compilation?
Go on,
John,
Nick.
all right.
Put
So
it together.
I like how you guys kind of like trade off like who's responsible for something. Go on, man. You go for it.
yeah, go on, you do it. Okay, so Dammit Records basically come out of like a lot of projects out of frustration. So I was in a band called Snide. John was also in the band at the time as well. But we'd recorded an album's worth of material, and it was like, well, what are we going to do with this? And like all bands, it's like, let's try everybody. Let's try and put it out with a label. And we were finding it difficult. And because I'd been in bands for a very long time and harvested everybody's email addresses, and John's the technical guru, I jokingly said to him one day, shall we form our own label? And of course, he went, "You're all right." And,
Yeah, we did.
yeah, and here we are, 5 years later, 6 years
Yeah.
later, whatever it is. So
Not regretting it at all, are you, fellas?
not at all, not at all.
So was this also
well,
during COVID times, roughly, as well?
just before,
Before
Okay.
COVID, yeah.
yeah.
I think it was solely selfish, wasn't it? It was just
Yeah.
and what the actual truth of it is that we did it for our own band and bands, but we put feelers out, and crikey, we got such a response because
Yeah.
bands had these recordings and they didn't know what to do with them, just like us, and we didn't really have time to do our own bands. It just took over.
Yeah.
That's
Sad,
pretty
sad but true,
awesome.
isn't it, really?
Yeah.
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 You know, it's always nice when someone we like little labels. Like we try to support a lot of acts and labels that normally don't get heard very much. So it's always like heartening when someone kind of gets together and does this because they want to do it.
Well, we realise as John said, there's an absolute deluge of bands out there who have got. We didn't want to sort of necessarily go to albums. We just wanted to do like the odd track because a lot of bands go into a studio to record one track. They might have two or three, and then they can't do anything with it. So we said, right, let's do something for these bands, and that's where Damnation's come about. Because like all labels, you start off doing albums and the EPs and whatever. But a lot of bands were coming to us saying, "Oh, I've only got one song. What do I do with it?" And this is where we went. Let's do something called Damnation. So we'd get 10 tracks, 10 different bands each month. And here we are 4 years later. I mean, 5 years later, whatever. But
And it's from across the world as well.
yeah,
Across the world, random countries. You know.
Yeah, that was kind of lead into my question about the Damnations project. You kind of answered where it started, but what is the like process now? I mean, do you get more submissions a month than you can handle? Do you put out feelers? Do people come to you?
A mixture of both, to be honest. We've had months where we're just like we're booking 3 months ahead.
Oh, okay.
And you know, and we tell these guys that we can't fit you in until 3 or 4 months ahead. They say, "Oh, it's too late to wait," because we ask for exclusivity for the month.
Right.
So every track that we put out in Damnations has never been heard before, ever, into the public. So that's what our fans like. That's what the radio's like. So that's the model that we use. But other months, we do struggle, and we scrape the barrel. We have to plead, if that's the right word, but we put out feelers to the public and ask for submissions. So it is a mixture.
what we haven't done so far is got to a position where Emma's had to get the spoons out. I'm hitting the dustbin, and John's hitting the harmonica. But it's come close a few times.
Very
Right.
close. Yeah, very close.
Yeah, I was
close.
kind of curious if that's the ebb and flow of music releases. And what I wasn't aware of, and thank you for answering that, is, with the exclusivity part, which I did know of, some bands are probably like, well, we can't wait that long. We want to get
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
music out
Yeah.
there. But then again, you have some bands that are sitting on their music for like 6 or 7 months, 8 months
Yeah.
before they're going to release it anyways.
And longer.
I think
and,
I think a
and
lot
Yeah.
of
longer. Yeah, we
Yeah,
get bands sort of say, we recorded this years ago. Do you want it? Oh, yeah, go on. Yeah, go.
it's surprising because a lot of the bands are very impatient and they just want to get it out there.
Mhm.
And from our experience, we not blowing our own trumpet, we provide a far better scope of publicity to the world from what we do. And there's been a few bands that have regretted it, and on their next recordings, they've come to us.
Mhm.
I think also, John, that it's reflection on today's society that everything is now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they've
Yeah,
grown up
everybody
into
wants
it.
everything instantly,
Everything
don't they? So
now.
it's
And the
yeah.
sad thing is, once it's out, it's forgotten about. So we do try and put some pride into the recordings and trying to make it, as a long life thing rather than just this month and it's forgotten about.
Mm.
So as I'm a bit of a visual artist, and I do a lot of 2D art, both digital and watercolor, and I'm always just so excited to show things that it's hard for me to plan ahead. And I did an album cover for a band that sat for like 2.5 years. And I was like, oh my God, just waiting for it to come out. And then it comes out and you look at it and you're like, I'm so much better now. I could have done it so much better, but it was fine. So I can both understand that, but I also understand that, like, that kind of like, let's take that release in time, don't push too hard, kind of thing. That's really interesting.
Certainly when John and I were in the most recent band,
Mhm.
and I was personally a big culprit of it. I'd turn up to rehearsal, right, I've got another song, and like between one rehearsal and the next, I've written another song, and it's like you just want to bang it out, and it's like, oh, forget that one we learnt last week. That's old hat. Let's do another one. So I do get it, but it's art, and you've got to take time over it.
Now are any of you currently in a band?
No.
Taking your breaks. What instrument did you play, or were you vocals?
Well, I told you it was harmonica and comb
Spoons.
and spoons.
Spoon.
No, I'm bass guitarist.
Okay.
I was guitar, main guitar.
All right. Excellent. And Emma,
Um,
spoons.
Yeah, no, I don't play any. I
No,
can't
totally.
even play the spoons.
Just play the keyboard.
Wailing in the background somewhere drunkenly.
Oh.
No, that's true.
So Emma, what as the admin part of thing, what do your duties generally entail?
So as a normal monthly routine, you've got set dates when you release certain songs, when we do the socials release, when we email the radio stations, etc.
Mhm.
And then I also do the script for the podcast. Believe it or not, it has got a script. It is loosely there's a loose plan to it. So we obviously have the structure of that every month, and it's just planning what tracks are going to be in there and if there's a theme or something
Okay.
along those lines.
And how many bands do you currently have in your stable? Not the Damnations, just Dammit Records.
Blimey.
Well, you could probably say what three that we
Well-
sort of look after in another part of the umbrella.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
got a management umbrella branch, which we look after 3 bands. But I don't know, albums. It's about 8,
think-
9. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit more. I think it might be 12 on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think it's because we're although we are a label, a DIY label, we're a non-contract label, so we do we sort of work on trust and things like that. So we're not tying bands in necessarily as far as the general Dammit Records is concerned. They come to us, we release stuff, and we'd like them to come back again. There's a lot of the trust, hopefully, and
Right.
hopefully they like what we do.
Yeah.
But we don't say to people, apart from 3 bands that we loosely look after, we sort of don't say to them, right, you've got to do this X, Y, and Z. You've got to do this in 6 months, and so on. So we're not. We as being musicians ourselves, we know A, that's difficult. It's not realistic. You're working, you've got family lives, and B, fuck off. I'm the band.
You have to
You're putting
bleep
it out
that.
for me.
But to be fair, though, there is some bands who do show loyalty and who do
Yeah.
come back
Do.
time
Yeah.
and time again.
Yeah.
You'll know the regulars that are on Damnations, and that's great. That's been sort of something we've been building on with this community line that we've
Yeah.
had for the last sort of 12 to 18 months.
We
Yeah.
are community.
Yeah,
So-
we also we also put albums out as well, and the exclusivity, if you like, is 12 months, so it's not so bad. But of course, like we're such a small label, there's no money involved. You know, we don't pay the bands a salary or whatever. It's just purely done on trust and on our spare time. So
And so a lot of bands also come to us and say, "Oh, can you put this out on record?" No, because
yeah,
it's too expensive.
yeah,
Vinyl,
vinyl, yeah, we can, yeah,
Oh yeah.
you know.
For, from a technical standpoint, now you're getting submissions, as you say, worldwide, and a lot of them from kind of all over the place. Every time you put out, so one thing that we do, or I do, is the best way for me to find when people release things is to follow them on Bandcamp. We have our own bespoke or email address that we have a Bandcamp account, and we just follow like thousands of bands now. And every time you put out one of your Damnations, I check the list, see if there's anyone new on it, because I can then go try to find them and follow them if they're on Bandcamp. So I know that you've got so many that come from all over. Is there a lot of technical difficulties in making them sound cohesive? Because I know from the sound side of things, the submissions you get can be quite all over the board.
yeah. There's such a difference between high quality and low quality, and live and studio. So there are tracks that we kind of like, but the quality is so bad we can't put them out.
Okay.
You know, we have to keep to some sort of standard as such. But we always, I always master them for the final release. They're all leveled out, so if anybody goes through the track list playlist, there won't be changing volumes or depth. It'll be all the same thickness and volume, so that helps.
Yeah, and that kind of led me to, you are kind of partially answer this question. Like, have you ever, like you said, you've really had a song, you're like, oh, this is a good song, but then you're like, I can't make this work. Like, sorry,
Yep.
guys.
Yeah.
Well, we have, but we've asked them for the stems for the recording and that sort of thing. So we mix it for nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, we mix it, master it, and put it out, and we generally feed it right amongst ourselves first, see if we like it, and if we do, it goes out.
That's
So
pretty
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
kind of like it's
sorry,
like a
to say that-
voting system.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's very democratic.
Yeah.
It's we like it, Emma doesn't, it goes in. You know.
Yeah.
It's like,
And of course, like since Emma's joined, we're able to do that, and there's been less punch
Hey,
ups. You know what I mean?
pick on me. It's bullying me all
Against
the
one.
time.
Jeez, yeah. And how long have you been with them, Emma?
I think it's coming up for about 2 years now.
And how long are you going to stay?
Well, another hour.
Shh, don't tell her that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's pretty awesome. And so when you kind of mix and master them for the compilation, do they get that copy back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I
they
think
well they get the month. So after the month, they can have the wave file, and they
Okay.
can have it back, and they can put it in their own EP, whatever.
right.
I'd like a bit of credit here and there on the
Because
whatever
in a
they
way, it would be
produce.
kind of cool if you'd like mixed it up and it only was on the comp, and then like it makes it more unique. Like, this is the Damnations version of this song.
Oh,
Ooh.
we kind of do that with albums, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay.
So with the album, if we do it like say foreign, but like an Australian album or a USA album, we like to have something a bit different. So they will always be mastered by us, and they will be different because of that.
Cool.
And we'll always ask for an additional track or secret track or something to put on.
Ah.
They'll always be different to the main album if it's abroad.
But
I like
also,
it.
John the Crack Killers recently, they've just released an album, I think, and they've used the Dammit release as part of their album.
Right.
So-
Okay. That's good.
So yeah, yeah, some bands, and there's the guys from Canada, they do that as well. So they
Mm.
there are bands that do recognise the work that John stroke we do. So we do get that recognition.
Super cool. And if I recall correctly, like the Damnations albums are how much each?
The album
There.
itself, all 10 tracks you download for £4 UK, whatever
Okay,
that
yep.
equates to in your money. Or if people don't want the whole album, if they like a particular track, they can just have the individual track for 50p each.
Okay. And then that money all goes to the bands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we
Divided equally.
divide the money into 10, off it goes. Back to
Yeah,
the band. We get nothing.
We get nothing.
See, that's why you guys aren't getting anywhere as a label. You got to keep some of that money so you can get yourself some equipment. No, that's really, really cool because it helps boost the label and it helps boost the bands. Like, that's really the type of community and just like, that's what I like. That's what we were all about.
Well,
And
that's the ethos that we started with because we were, I suppose, fed up with people that always rip bands off. And being musicians ourselves, and we understand where they're coming from. It's like, no, we're not going to do that. You know, let's be as fair as we can. And if it's DIY and we make zero out of it, then that's what it is. We do it for love anyway. If a major label wants to buy us out for thousands of bucks, we'll do it. But
Well, tens of thousands.
tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, then we'll do it. But I hear
Richard
efforts
Branson,
up
they're calling for you.
but no, we do it for the love, and because that's how we got into music because we love the music.
Yeah.
We didn't do it for the money.
Cool. And so what is there anything for the future for Dammit Records and Damnations that is new or different than what you have been doing? Are there any plans, or is it to continue?
So, over the years, Nick's been the idea creator, and he's often come to me and said, "Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? Why don't we do?" So, I would say 80% of the things I've agreed with, and we've done it. But that's now growing. They're like it's dwindling down. I think it's 50-50 at the moment. It's like 60% of them I say no.
No.
But
See, the thing with John was every time I go to him, he go no, and then about a week later he goes, that idea you come up with, I think it's a good idea. Now
I'll
we'll
have
do
a
that."
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. But in answer to your question, no, we've got nothing on the horizon. I think this year we sort of come to agreement that we wanted to promote CDs and albums because our focus has been very much on Damnations and obviously the live stuff when we do the showcases each spring. And we've not really sort of had that many album releases come out. So we wanted to concentrate on that this year. However, we've only had the one so far.
Well, I've got one, and we've got one
another
coming up
haven't we?
in October. But I mean the because our other branch is the showcases, which Nick's just mentioned, and that's where we invite the bands that we have kind of used or know and
Promoted.
put them on across the country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And every year we say, no, never again. Never again. No, too much hassle. Nobody turns up. But we do it every year, don't we? You know?
You still go back to the...
Yeah.
It's like, as we say, it's like childbirth. We do it every year. It's a pain in the arse. There's not enough drugs around to actually make it any good. And but then we forget about it and we say, all right, let's do it again next year.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys do childbirth every year?
I'm not up for that.
I was about to say, like, Emma, do you want to pipe in on this one?
No,
So,
I did it twice. Not doing it again.
So, and where are you located in England? For the people who don't know much of England, I know a bit.
Well,
I lived there.
You can tell by Nick's accent that he's down south.
I'm the geezer.
So me, of course, like being in the same band, me and Nick live quite close together in the southeast of England.
Okay.
And
And then
Emma,
I live up in Leicester.
you're in the Midlands.
Up in Leicester.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So when my wife and I, we lived in France from 2009 to 2013 for her postdoc. She's a scientist. And then she got a job in Oxford, so we moved there in 2013. And I remember being at the Tesco and we were buying some cheese and we were looking at the Leicester cheese and we're just like, like I remember saying, "What the fuck does this say?" And the guy next to me just it's pronounced Leicester. I'm like, "Oh, thank you very much." Thank you. Cheers.
Did
And
you
then,
have your Leicester cheese with some Worcestershire
but-
sauce?
oh yeah, the Worcester. Yeah, no, Worcester sauce we can do pretty well because I cook a lot with it, so that one I could always get right.
Oh,
But
we're okay with that.
but yeah, so quite all over. Yeah, it's a when you do the showcases, then is it down by you guys in the southeast? Is that
No, it's all over the country.
all over the country?
So
Oh yeah,
yeah, so I mean, this
national.
year we did one in London, Brighton, Northampton, Peterborough,
Okay.
Newcastle.
Newcastle. What's that one that you went to by yourself?
Northwich.
Northwich, yeah.
So it's
You
all
were
over.
sad,
Yeah.
sad and
Yeah.
lonely up there, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
Great night though. You missed out. So
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
the
Again,
vodka
we-
was flowing.
Oh.
again we do that we do that for nothing as well. We just
Yeah.
like we pay out so much in traveling, hotels, whatever.
Mhm.
It's all it's all out of our own pocket, but
It's just a
it's
hobby.
very enjoyable.
And with these events, do you focus more on bands from the area that the venue's at, or do you just gather?
So generally, I start the process October, November the previous year because venues come and go and promoters are pain in the bum and bands have got to get themselves organised. So I normally try and get a local band to hopefully draw the crowd. A local band that's on Dammit or Damnations. And then the rest of it is open for whoever wants to come along. So, there's a lot of opportunity for bands that are in the southeast that may want to play in the Midlands or up north and whatever. They know the deal. They know what we're offering as far as the opportunity to play, and a lot of them will want to just go and play for the sake of playing to a different audience. So, yeah, it's a good experience for a lot of bands, and we always get bands at the end of the series say that was brilliant, can we do it again, or we missed it last year, this year, whatever, can we do it next year? So it's very difficult for bands to be playing in the UK at the moment, so for us again to be that conduit to actually find venues and put them on, a lot of bands just jump at it.
Nice.
Mhm.
I like the sound of that. And you talked about having children every year. Is there any band or like one or two bands that kind of are regulars with Damnations or Dammit Records that you really, really enjoy working with?
We certainly like working with a lot of the bands, and I think we like working with more than we dislike.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a very tactful
and
answer.
Well, it's true. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. I don't. What do you do for a business? And certainly, what I do for work, and what John does for work, and what Emma does for work. There's always somebody you detest, no matter what it is. There's something that they do, or they're a complete prick, or whatever. So you're going to get that in music. You're going to get that in bands. It's human nature. So we just roll with it, and and I'm sorry, bands, but if you're part of it, if you don't get picked for next year, you probably understand it's you. But
I think generally
what we like
in our management branch we would only work with people that we really get on with, really like,
Absolutely.
and really nice people, really good music. So I would say them three or four, it's four, isn't it? But anyway, certainly the three that we would say we work closely to. I mean, Chips and Gravy have been brilliant.
Yeah.
I would say they're a kind of top band, if you like, for music and being nice, traveling, and yeah, response. So they're pretty good.
Good. I
Yeah,
think if you listen to any of their podcasts, quite often after we've played a song, we'll say, "Yeah, that's really good." And they're not really nice people as well. I mean, Mutiny, they're our recent people that
yeah.
we've found really nice to work with. Em, you get out more than we do. Who are the ones that you feel? were really-
No, Mutiny were great. And I
Yeah.
saw them again the other week, and yeah, still happily chatting. And now I'm at the point where if I see something come up where there's people asking for bands for things for next year, they would be a band that I would get in touch with and say get on that and have a word. So
Yeah.
yeah, they've been good. Chips are great. To be fair, for me, most of the bands, because I do see them, because I do go to a lot of gigs, most people are pretty good
Mm.
in
Yeah.
in the general.
I
Yeah.
Not
I found
everybody.
that experience. So I in the 5 years we were there, I went to a lot of shows in the area and down into London, and I really loved the community. And I've been going to shows since I was like 14 years old, and
Yeah.
that's for me that's like 3.5 decades ago. And so I've been to a lot of shows, and I just really love the scene there. And there's very few people who suck. But
No, that's
there's
true.
a lot of people who are just awesome to talk to and hang out with, and I really love the community there. Is there any band in the area that you haven't worked with yet that you guys would like to try to bring on board?
Oh, too
Oh
many.
yeah,
Too
loads.
many? No, you
Loads.
don't want to. Don't,
Yeah,
Loads and loads.
nodes and
Loads.
loads.
it's non-stop. You know, even
Okay.
if we do this until we into the next century, there's always going to be bands that we've not worked with, and of course, there's always new bands coming out. And
Mhm.
you know, John and I are a lot older than Emma, and we realise that a lot of our peers are dying off or retiring, whatever, and we're looking for the next big thing, the next band to come along, the younger bands and things like that, because without them, music's going to die, or this sort
Yeah.
of music's going to die, you know.
Yeah.
So, but we'll look at anybody. I don't care if they're old farts like us or young whippersnappers like you guys. You know, we
I
we
think,
we want to hear them.
yeah, I think we pride ourselves in promoting the smaller bands
Mm.
and making them a little bit bigger.
Mhm.
And we've done that to quite a few bands, and some of them have got a little bit bigger and thought, well, we don't need you anymore, and they've sided off, and we've never heard them
That's fine.
from since. But it's fine, we've done our job. And other bands have stuck with us, and you get both types.
Mm.
But yeah, to pick up a big band, we don't know what we could do for them. You know, that's the issue because we're only part time and we're a small label. But there's such a reward from getting a smaller band and making them that little bit bigger, and that's
I
what it's all
think
about for me.
I think the difference there also, John, is when we were approached by Rust to put out their album.
Mm,
You know, for me that was like, fuck yeah, we've got to do that because
yeah,
they're a big band. And so if we get more bands like that can trust us, and the regulators as well,
yeah,
you know, if they can trust us to put an album out just for UK release, that for us is speaks volumes.
does.
Yeah.
You know, it shows that we're doing something right.
That sounds really awesome. So if a band is curious about how they can maybe get on board with one of these compilations or something else, how would they reach out to you?
Emma?
That's Emma's point.
It's
Yeah.
it's the
Come
email
on,
is the best
you're going to get it
way,
right. Come on, you get
and
it
it's
right.
Dammit Records
Pressure.
7782@gmail.com.
Oh,
So Dammit Records 7782 @gmail.com. How did you get 7782? Were there 781 Dammit Records before you?
Well, they were the two sort of key years that sort of punk, if you like. I mean, the 77 was like the first major year. Obviously, it started in 76 in the UK. 77 was the big year. And then you had the UK 82 wave of punk. So 77,
Awesome.
82. And of course, John, what was the song, what was the record that we had with the video that started out?
it was
Two sides to every story.
two sides to every story. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the bands that John and I were in, Cato Street Conspiracy, we started the video with me and the singers arguing with each other about what was the best year for punk. One was 77, one was 82. So that's where that's come from.
Sounds good. Well, awesome. Well, I guess we're kind of just running out of time. Do you have anything you'd like to add before we say our goodbyes?
Only
No,
to thank
just
you very much for inviting us and playing out the stuff that we send you, you know, on behalf of the bands that would come to us. I mean, yes, we take the tracks, but without guys like you, so what? So you it's just as important as the bands. So thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I kind of reverse say and thank you for doing all that you do to put out a compilation a month for 4 years and several before that, quite a few before that. That's quite an endeavor to do as a project of love for music.
There is also a CD of previous tracks before this lot that's available as well.
Oh,
So if somebody wants to see any sort of previous history of the original Damnation stuff, there is a CD available. If you want to go and have a look on our Bandcamp page.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and we'll
All
link
of
to that
it is
in
on
the
the
information. Oh, sorry, Emma, you were saying?
No, I was going to say everything's available on the Bandcamp. And really, for me, it's just if you are a band that's listening to this and you're thinking, no, this is too good to be true, because that's what I get told a lot over here. No, there must be a contract, there must be
Yeah.
something. There genuinely isn't. We just do it because we enjoy it and we
Yeah.
like putting new music out there.
There's a lot of people who think it's a con, and
Yeah.
it's not.
No,
Not
no. I think all the coverage we've done, people should know it's pretty much legit at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
And again, going back to the original statement, that's why we started it, because everywhere we went, there was a hitch, there was a snag, there was something that wasn't quite right. So we said, like, fuck it, let's do it ourselves and be pure about it and be honest about it. And that's where we are.
That is where we are. Well, thank you very much, Dammit Records, for coming in and taking this time late in your evening. It's already 8:30-ish there, 8:40.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still bright according to the windows.
Yeah.
I missed that part about the UK. It's like middle of summer. It's like so late and so bright. Whoa. Well, once again, thank you very much for coming in, and we'll keep covering you guys, and we'll send anyone we can your way to be a part of the Damnations compilation, or maybe even more.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right,
Jeff,
have
you're
a
a
great
hero.
one.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're my hero. Take that. All right. Oh, yeah. So that was a great interview. Those they're awesome. That was really fun to talk to. We had a little bit of chitty chatty after we stopped recording, and good people. I'm very happy to have finally gotten to speak to them in person. Remember, you can always like or follow the Dammit Records Bandcamp, which is the best place to find the Damnations releases. They come out every month, and after the end of the month, they're gone. So you got to kind of jump on that. We'll always try to include them in the pages of that'sgoodenough.me.com website. Sometimes we miss out because sometimes I'm just really busy. But yeah, definitely check them out. Follow what they're doing. Go to their shows. All this great stuff. And I'd like to mention, please subscribe or follow or like the Almost Punk Enough podcast. We could use all that support. And if you're ever curious about contributing to that'sgoodenough.me.com, do reach out to us at contact@that'sgoodenough.me.com. All the details are in the podcast information wherever you click away at it. Thank you much, and we'll talk to you next time.